Greetings to you all. I welcome you all to my zoology class, lesson 11, biodiversity and its conservation. I hope you all know what is biodiversity. You might have studied in the 11th standard. A wide variety of living organisms, including plants, animals, and microorganisms with whom we share this planet Earth, makes the world beautiful place to live in. Living organisms exist almost everywhere, from mountain peak to ocean depth, from desert to rainforest. They vary in their habit, behavior, shape, size, color. The remarkable diversity of living organisms forms an inseparable and significant part of our planet. However, the ever-increasing human population is posing serious threats to biodiversity. In 1992, UN Earth Summit defined biodiversity as the variability among living organisms from all sources, including terrestrial, marine, and other aquatic ecosystems, and the ecological complexes of which they are a part. They include diversity within species, between species, ecosystem of a region. It reflects the number of different organisms and their relatively frequencies in an ecological system, and constitute the most important functional component of natural ecosystem. It helps to maintain ecological processes, create soil, recycle nutrients, influence climate, degrade waste, control diseases. It provides an index of health of an ecosystem. The survival of human race depends on the existence and well-being of all life forms, that is plant and animals, in the biosphere. The term biodiversity was introduced by Walter Rosen in the year 1986. Biodiversity is the assemblage of different life forms. Each species is adapted to live in its specific environments. The changes in the climatic conditions are reflected in the distribution and the pattern of biodiversity on our planet. The number of species per unit area declines as we move from tropic towards poles. Number of population: tundra, taiga of northern Canada, Alaska, northern Europe, Russia. Possess less than 12 species of trees. Temperature forests of United States have 20 to 35 species of trees. Tropical forests of Panama have 110 species of trees in relatively small areas. Edward Wilson popularized the term biodiversity to describe diversity of all levels of biological organization, from population to biome. There are three levels of biodiversity. They are genetic diversity, species diversity, community or ecosystem diversity. We can see one by one. First of all, genetic diversity. Genetic diversity refers to the difference in genetic makeup, that is, number and types of genes between distinct species and to genetic variation within a single species. Also covers genetic variation between distinct population of the same species. Genetic diversity can be measured using a variety of molecular techniques. India has more than 50,000 genetic variants of paddy and 1,000 varieties of mangoes. Variation of genes of species increases with diversity in size and habitat. It results in the formation of different races, varieties, subspecies. Rauwolfia vomitaria, a medicinal plant growing in different range of Himalayas, shows difference in the potency and concentration of the active ingredient reserpine due to genetic diversity. Genetic diversity helps in developing adaptation to changing environmental condition. Then species diversity. Species diversity refers to the variety in the number and richness of the species in any habitat. The number of species per unit area at a specific time is called species richness, which denotes the measure of specific diversity. The Western Ghats have greater amphibian species diversity than the Eastern Ghats. The more number of species in area, the more is the species richness. The three indices of diversity are alpha diversity, beta diversity, gamma diversity. Alpha diversity. It is measured by counting the number of taxa within a particular area, community or ecosystem. Beta diversity. It is species diversity between two adjacent ecosystems and is obtaining by comparing the number of species unique to each other of the ecosystem. Gamma diversity refers to the diversity of the habitats over the total landscape or geographical areas. Community ecosystem diversity is the third one is the community ecosystem diversity. Community ecosystem diversity is the variety of habitats, biotic communities, ecological processes in the biosphere. It is the diversity at ecosystem level due to diversity of niches, trophic levels and ecological processes like nutrient cycle, food webs, energy flow, several biotic interaction. India with its alpine meadows, rainforest, mangroves, coral reefs, grassland, deserts has one of the greatest ecosystem diversity on earth. Biodiversity is often quantified as the number of species in a region at a given time. The current estimate of different species on earth is around 8 to 9 million. However, we really don't know the exact magnitude of natural wealth. This is called the taxonomic impediment. So far, about 1.5 million species of microorganisms, animals and plants have been described. Each year about 10 to 15,000 new species are identified and published worldwide, of which 75% are invertebrates. The number of undescribed species is undoubtedly much higher. India is very rich in terms of biological diversity due to its unique biogeographical location, diversified climatic condition, enormous ecodiversity and geodiversity. According to the World Biogeographic Classification, India represents two of the major realms, the Palearctic, Indo-Malayan, and three biomes: tropical humid forest, tropical dry deciduous forest, warm deserts or semi-deserts. With only about 2.4% of the world's total land surface, India is known to have over 8% of the species animals that the world holds. This percentage accounts for about 92,000 known species. India is the 7th largest country in the world in terms of area. India has variety of ecosystem biomes with its varied habitats like hills, valleys, plateaus, seashore, mangroves, estuaries, glaciers, grasslands, river basins. India also reflects different kinds of climate, precipitation, that is rainfall, temperature distribution, river flow, soil. India is one of the 17 mega biodiversity countries of the world and has 10 biogeographic zones with characteristic habits and biota. The world is currently undergoing a rapid loss of biodiversity comparable with the great mass extinction event that have previously occurred only 5 or 6 times in Earth's history. Patterns of biodiversity distribution. Distribution of plants and animals is not uniform around the world. Organisms require different sets of conditions for their optimum metabolism and growth. Within the optimal range, a large number of types of organisms are likely to occur, grow, and multiply. The habitat conditions are determined by their latitudes, altitudes, temperature, latitudinal and altitudinal gradients, temperature, precipitation, distance from the equator, altitude from sea level, that is altitudinal gradient, are some of the factors that determine biodiversity distribution patterns. The most important pattern of biodiversity is latitudinal gradient in diversity. This means that there is an increasing diversity from the poles to equator. Diversity increases as one moves towards the temperate zone and reaches the maximum at the tropics. Thus, tropics harbor more diversity than temperate or polar region, especially between the latitudes of 23.5 degree north and 23.5 degree south, Tropic of Cancer to Tropic of Capricorn. Harsh condition exists in temperate area during cold seasons. Very harsh conditions prevail for most of the year in polar region. Colombia, located near the equator, 0 degree, has nearly 1,400 species of birds. New York at 41 degree north has 105 species. Greenland at 71 degree north has 56 species. India, with much of its land area in tropical latitudes, is home for more than 1,200 species of birds. Thus, it's evident that the latitude increases the species diversity. Decrease in species diversity occurs as one ascends a high mountain due to drop in temperature. Temperature decreases at 6.5 degree centigrade per kilometer above mean sea level. Mean sea level is an average level of surface of one or more Earth's ocean from which heights such as elevations may be measured. As we travel by train, we notice names of stations on big yellow signboards on which usually written how much elevated that place is compared to mean sea level. For example, Erode Junction is about 171 meters above mean sea level. Reason for the richness of biodiversity in tropics. Warm tropical region between Tropic of Cancer and Tropic of Capricorn on either side of equator possess congenital habits for living organisms. Environmental conditions of tropics are favorable not only for speciation but also for supporting both variety and number of organisms. The temperatures vary between 25 degrees centigrade to 35 degrees centigrade, a range in which most metabolic activities of living organisms occur with ease and efficiency. The average rainfall is about more than 200 mm per year. Climate, season, temperature, humidity, photoperiods are more or less stable and encourage both variety and numbers, rich resource and nutrient availability. Patterns of biodiversity distribution. Species area. German naturalist, geographer Alexander von Humboldt explored the wilderness of South American jungle and found that within a region the species richness increased with increasing area, but up to a certain limit. The relationship between species richness and area for a wide variety of taxa turned out to be the rectangular hyperbolo. On a logarithmic scale, the relationship is a straight line described by the equation log S is equal to log C plus Z log A, where S represents species richness, A for area, Z slope of the line. C is equal to y-intercept. Regression coefficient Z generally has a value of 0.1 to 0.2 regardless of taxonomic group or region. However, in case of the species area relationship, in a very large area like entire continent, the slope of the line appears to be much steeper. So, the Z value in the range of 0.6 to 1.2. For example, in case of fruit eating, that is frugivorous birds and mammals in the tropical forest of different continents, the slope is found to be steeper line of 1.15. Biodiversity is the variety of life on earth, that is the number of different species of flora and fauna including microorganisms. These organisms can inhabit different ecosystems with varying conditions like rainforest, coral reef, grasslands, deserts, tundra, polar ice caps. The variety is essential for well-being of planet and sustenance of life as a whole. The importance biodiversity can be viewed and measured as ecosystem services, biological resources, social benefits of diversity. The organization and functioning of ecosystem world over is affected and dependent on biodiversity and its richness. The importance of biodiversity. The major functional attributes are continuity of nutrient cycle or biogeochemical cycle, soil formation, conditioning or maintenance of soil health by soil microbial diversity along with the different trophic members, increases ecosystem productivity and provide food resources, act as water traps, filters, water flow regulators and water purifiers. Climate stability. Forests are essential for rainfall, temperature regulation, carbon dioxide absorption, which in turn regulate the density and type of vegetation. The major functional attributes are forest resource management and sustainable development, maintaining balance between biotic components, cleaning up of pollutant. Microbes are the biggest degraders of molecules, including many anthropogenic ones, which are present in effluents, sewage, garbage, agrochemicals. Ecological stability. The varieties and richness of species contribute to ecological stability and survival of species. The major functional attributes are biodiverse region or reservoirs of biological resources like feed resources, gene pool, genetic resources, medicinal resources, bioprospecting. To provide unique aesthetic value and hotspot for ecotourism. Along with forest resources and wildlife, it has commercial significance. An indicator of health of the ecosystem. Endemism is a crucial indicator of richness. The interrelationship and interdependence of all living components in a system can be seen from the example of fruit bats of Guam. The fruit bats are delicacy here, and hence their population has dwindled, which is not surprising. What is surprising is that local fruit production has got affected, as it was identified that the bats served as the pollinators. Hence, there is a need for conservation of diversity, as that could avert such situation. As per the international biome type of classifications based upon climate, fauna, flora, soil condition, India can be divided into different biogeographical zones, 10 zones, and they are compared. Clear compared. See, Trans-Himalaya, Himalayas, Indian Desert, semi-arid zones, Western Ghats, Deccan Peninsula, Gangetic Plains, Northeast India, coastal region, Andaman and Nicobar Islands. Threats to biodiversity. Even though India is one of the 17 identified mega diverse countries of the world, it faces lots of threats to its biodiversity. Apart from natural causes, human activities, both directly and indirectly, are today's main reason for habitat loss and biodiversity loss. Habitat loss, living place loss, and biodiversity, all the animals we are losing. Fragmentation and degradation due to agriculture practices, extraction, development, all this leads to the habitat loss. The whole land is divided in for agriculture practice and fishing, everything, and development, settlements in industrial areas, like that. Fragmentation leads to formation of isolated, small and scattered population and as endangered species. Some of the other threats include specialized diet, specialized habitat requirement, large size, small population size, limited geographic distribution, high economic and commercial value. Large mammals, by virtue of their size, require larger areas to obtain the necessities of the life. Food cover mates than to smaller animals. Individual home range of lion can be about 100 square kilometer. Mammals have specialized dietary needs such as carnivorous, frugivorous, and the need to forage over much large areas than general dietary herbivores and omnivores. Mammals also have low reproductive output other than small rodents. The major causes for biodiversity decline are habitat loss, fragmentation, and destruction, pollution and pollutants, climatic change, introduction of alien exotic species, over-exploitation of resources by poaching, indiscriminate cutting of trees, overfishing, hunting, mining. Intensive agriculture and aquaculture practices, hybridization between native and non-native species and loss of native species, natural disasters like tsunami, forest fire, earthquake, volcanoes. Common areas of specific threats are industrialization, urbanization, infrastructure development, transport, road and shipping activity, communication towers, dam construction, unregulated tourism, monoculture, then co-extinction. You can see each factor one by one. First one, habitat loss. Development of human society is inevitable. Natural habitats are destroyed for the purpose of settlement, agriculture, mining, industries, construction of highways. As a result, species are forced to adapt the changes in the environment or move to other places. If not, they become victim to predation, starvation, disease, and eventually die or result in human-animal conflict. Overpopulation, urbanization, industrialization, and agriculture advancement require additional land, water, raw material every year. This is made possible only through fragmentation or destruction of natural habitats by filling wetlands, plowing grasslands, cutting down trees, desilting rivers, construction transport ways, caving mountains, extracting ores, changing the course of river and filling of seashore. The most dramatic example of habitat loss comes from the tropical rainforest. 14% of the Earth's land surface once covered by these tropical forests is not more than 6% now. The Amazon rainforest, a vast area harboring millions of species, also called the lungs of planet, is destroyed and being replaced for agriculture and human settlements. 90% of New Zealand's wetlands have been destroyed and cleared for cultivating soya beans and raising grass for beef cattle. Kodaikanal and Nilgiri hills of Tamil Nadu have been destroyed rapidly for human occupancy. Loss of habitat results in annihilation of plants, microorganisms, and forcing out animals from their habitats. Where are the sparrows? Common sparrows are going extinct because of mindless urbanization. They are losing not just their natural habitats but also the essential human touch they need and thrive upon. The population of sparrows is dwindling due to the use of packaged food, insecticides in farming, changing lifestyles, matchbox-style architecture. In those days, we used to have hut and thatched roof. Nowadays, we are having multi-story building, resulting in an inadequate availability of food, shelter for birds. Unlike pigeon that can make nest on ledges, and sparrows need cavities to build their nest. Habitat fragmentation. Habitat fragmentation is the process where large continuous areas of habitat is both reduced in area and divided into two or more fragments. Fragmentation of habitats like forest land into cropland, orchard lands, plantations, urban areas, industrial estates, transport and transit system has resulted in the destruction of complex interaction among species, affect food chain and webs, destruction of species in cleared region, annihilation of species restricted to these habitats, endemic, decreased biodiversity in the habitat fragmentation. Animals requiring large territories such as mammals and birds are severely affected. Elephant corridors and migratory routes are highly vulnerable. The diddling of many well-known birds and animals can be attributed to this. Overexploitation. We depend on nature for our basic needs such as food, shelter. However, when the need becomes greed, it leads to overexploitation of natural resources. Excessive exploitation of species reduces the size of its population to such a level that it becomes vulnerable to extinction. Dodo, passenger pigeon, Steller sea cow have become extinct in last 200 to 300 years due to overexploitation by humans. Overfishing due to population pressure leads to many marine fish declining around the world. Exotic species invasion. Exotic species are organisms often introduced unintentionally or deliberately for commercial purpose as biological control against agents and other uses. They often become invasive and drive away the local species and is considered as the second major cause for extinction of species. Exotic species have proved harmful to both aquatic and terrestrial ecosystem. Tilapia fish, Jilebi kendai. Oreochromis mozambicus, introduced from east coast of South Africa in 1952. Its high productivity into Kerala's inland water became invasive, due to which the native species such as Puntius dubius and Labio contius face local extinction. The introduction of Nile perch, a predatory fish, into Lake Victoria in East Africa led to the extinction of an ecologically unique assemblage of more than 200 nature species of cichlid fish in the lake. Papaya and mealybug. Paracoccus marginatus is native of Mexico and Central America, is believed to have destroyed huge crops of papaya in Assam, West Bengal and Tamil Nadu. Global climatic change. Industrialization is a major threat to biodiversity. Energy drives our industries, which is provided by burning of fossil fuel. This increases the emission of carbon dioxide and GHG. Leading to climatic change. Due to large-scale deforestation, the emitted CO2 cannot be absorbed fully and its concentration in the air increases. Climatic change increases land and ocean temperature, changes precipitation pattern, raises the sea level. This in turn results in melting of glaciers, water inundation, less predictability of weather pattern, extreme weather conditions, outbreak of scalar disease, migration of animals, and loss of trees in forests. Thus, climatic change is an imminent danger to the existing biodiversity. Shifting or jugum cultivation, slash and burn agriculture. In shifting cultivation, plots of natural tree vegetation are burnt away and the cleared patches are formed for 2 to 3 seasons, after which their fertility reduced to a point where crop production is no longer profitable. The farmer then abandons this patch and cuts down new patch of forest trees elsewhere for crop production. This system is practiced in northeastern region of India. When vast areas are cleared and burnt, it results in loss of forest cover, pollution and discharge of carbon dioxide, which in turn attributes to loss of habitat and climate change, which has an impact on faunal diversity of that regions. Co-extinctions. Co-extinction of a species is the loss of species as consequence of extinction of another. orchid bees, and forest trees by cross-pollination. Extinction of one will automatically cause extinction of other. Another example for co-extinction is the connection between Calvaria tree and the extinct bird of Mauritius Island, the dodo. The Calvaria tree is dependent on the dodo bird for the completion of life cycle. The mutualistic association is that touch harmony endocarp of the seeds of Calvary tree are made permeable by the action of the large stones in bird's gizzard and digestive juices, thereby facilitating easier germination. The extinction of dodo bird led to the imminent danger of Calvary trees co-extinction. Then intensive agriculture. Spread of agriculture is sometimes at the cost of wetlands, grasslands and forests. Intensive agriculture is based on few high-yielding varieties. As a result, there is reduction in the genetic diversity. It also increases vulnerability of crop plants to sudden attack by pathogens and pests. There are only few varieties of traditional paddy strains today due to use to hybrid varieties in Tamil Nadu. Species have been evolving and dying out ever since the origin of life. However, species are now becoming extinct at faster rate. This is destabilizing the ecological stability and the distribution of biological diversity on Earth. Human activities greatly contribute to the loss of biodiversity. Natural resources such as land, water, organisms are discriminately exploited by human beings. According to the Convention of Biological Diversity, direct and indirect human activities have a detrimental effect on biodiversity. Direct human activities like change in local land use, species introduction or removal, harvesting, pollution, climatic change contribute a great pressure on loss of biodiversity. Indirect human drivers include demographic, economic, technological, cultural and religious factors. Even though a new species are being discovered, there is little hope for adding new species through speciation into biodiversity treasure. Monsoon failure, global warming, depletion in ozone layer, landslides in hilly states, pollution are few indirect effects of human activities which results in the loss of biodiversity. IUCN Red List documents the extinction of 784 species in the 500 years. It is estimated that the current rate of biodiversity loss is 100 to 1000 times higher than the naturally occurring extinction rate and is still expected to grow in the future. The loss of biodiversity has an immense impact on plant, animal and human life. The negative effect include dramatic influence on the food web. Even reduction in one species can adversely affect the entire food chain, which is further lead to an overall reduction in biodiversity. Reduced biodiversity leads to immediate danger for food security by reducing ecosystem services. Okay, thank you.